came up to me and was like urgently trying to tell me something, and it was like, but I couldn't make out anything he was saying, but it was just him, like his eyes were about as big as golf balls and just like trying to tell me something. It felt super urgent, and then I didn't know what it was, and then I was like, oh my gosh, did I just get visited by my grandpapa? That was wild.
I'd be scarred.
It was a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little scary. Man. Oh, I like your socks.
It's festive.
They're festive. Are they Christmas?
Yeah. It's about that time. As soon as it hit November 1st, technically October 31st is Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know that, too. It's like historically accurate.
You're one of those.
One of the what?
You.
American?
Well, Texan.
What?
Texans like to start celebrating Christmas.
I would say that's because Texans are probably the true Americans.
Well,
I was born in Oklahoma, though.
Oh, you
so I'm
were?
an Okie.
I was too.
See?
Wow, look at that,
Oklahoma
y'all.
City.
Same.
Okay,
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
What hospital?
I don't know.
Same.
Whoa.
Maybe we were switched at birth.
I'm freaked out. Yeah.
Are you Kevin?
And you guys kind of look alike.
Who's
Too.
I feel like I could look like a Drew. Do I look like
you
a Drew?
guys look almost like.
You look like a
You
Kevin.
kind of look
Yeah.
related. There's definitely.
I'm gonna throw up.
I'm gonna. Maybe they just got the first letter of our names wrong. Maybe you're Crew. I'm Devin. What's up, Crew? Crew.
I could see.
Yeah.
I could see that being the case.
I'm losing it. That's crazy.
Welcome to Welcome to the On My Way
do that
podcast.
Do that again.
Welcome to the On My Way podcast, y'all. We're gonna leave it in just because we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna steamroll it. Is that a thing?
We're starting?
Okay.
Steamrolling.
Okay,
That's right.
good. I hope that wasn't anything bad.
I want to say that's usually when you talk about like war,
a train, right?
Oh,
Steamrolling?
yeah. Like if you steamroll
Isn't that
somebody.
a fighting term?
Yeah,
I'm a
it's definitely,
steamroll you.
it's definitely like a war term.
Yeah.
You
better get steamrolled.
steamrolled. Okay. I see.
Something like that.
Whoa.
I don't know. That's what I hear in the hood.
Oh yeah. Well, welcome to the On My Way podcast for young adults. We are here today with our very own Kevin Keefer, everybody. Kev's joined us. Do we have a little sound effect, a little cheer?
Which one do you want? Oh,
give us.
I did the
You hit
crickets
the
on
crickets
accident.
on accident.
It's cheering now.
Yeah, we're with the live studio audience. Yep, give them a wave. Give the people what they want, Kev.
Yeah. Later.
Yes. Hey, I was just in the lobby right now, and there's a whole swimming pool in the middle of this church lobby.
Yeah, it's empty though.
Is it empty now?
Yeah.
They literally vacuumed the water out.
They have they pumped it out.
Yeah, but with like a vacuum.
Like a Dyson?
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. Hey, why are vacuums so expensive?
A Dirt Devil?
No,
Water
it's like
devil.
one of those older ones.
Like a
Nobody
water
really
devil.
uses those anymore. Plus,
Dang.
it's like devil. Don't want to use that.
Yeah. Well,
Or
I
Christians.
didn't know it was empty. I almost did a little cannonball in there. I was tempted.
Tom and Jerry type stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for today. Once again we have Kevin Keefer joining us today. Kevin, you are you're a stand-up kind of guy.
I like standing.
Yeah. You like standing. As much as you like sitting as well, which you're doing so right now.
Yeah, they actually, I would have been I almost pursued comedy.
Did you actually?
Yeah, because everybody told me I could be a really good stand-up comedian.
Really?
I just prefer sitting.
Oh,
and so
there's
I just fell out of that real quick.
therein lies
But
the conflict of
I-
do you
I-
ever actually, like, for real, do you ever, like, have you ever come up with like a routine, like a comedy routine that you like? Because deep down I really wanted to be a stand-up comedian, even though everyone listening right now, like, this is clear evidence that I shouldn't be one. But
you make me laugh.
do I make you laugh?
Yeah, you had me dying last night. They were doing their first dance.
We were at a wedding.
You turned around to me. You turned
We were
around
at
to
a
me.
wedding
You said,
yesterday.
"You got to try this cheese." So like, this cheese is out of this world. All it was a little cheese cube that you get from Kroger or something like that.
I was just trying to, I was trying to make their moment about me. Classic Andrew fashion. Just kidding. No, it was no. We were at a wedding yesterday. Our good friend Benjamin Reeve
Ben is jamming.
married his
Wife.
His now wife.
Now
yes, now is his wife Anna Reeve as well.
Anna Reeve.
Look at that. That was a lot
Rolls
of fun.
off the tongue.
It does roll off the tongue. Anna Reeve. Almost like Keanu Reeve. It's really close. We froze our tails off yesterday because it was an outdoor wedding, but it was really great. It was good seeing our friend.
That's why I like the suspenders.
Yeah.
And things could have cut glass.
Whoa. Yeah, that's true, man. That is true. Those things, yeah. No, the suspenders did us favors yesterday.
Absolutely.
We'll say that much. But man, how are you? How have you been? Been chilling?
Yeah. Just got a house. It's kind of wild,
dude.
Yeah, the whole idea concept of getting a house just seems like I'm gonna get a house. Yeah, and then you actually get one. And you're like, oh, I gotta do all this stuff now.
Oh,
it's like it's all on me now. I don't really. So we're selling the house.
You're like looking up, yeah. You're like looking over your shoulder trying to see who's supposed to clear out the gutters and stuff.
And then
like,
HOA. That's terrible.
Yeah.
And then we got a puppy.
What? I didn't know that.
So if anybody gets a house, I would recommend just waiting on something like that.
Like waiting before you get a
just
pup?
don't get one immediately.
Well, because is your puppy just making himself
she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
In the day.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And she got parvo. I don't really know why she decided to do that.
Of course, I know what parvo is, but just in case anybody else listening at home, I definitely
canine
don't.
parvovirus.
I definitely don't know what parvo is.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like the death of many puppies.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Sorry to hear that.
And they get it through their paws.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't really.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So she almost died.
Oh no.
And then what? Here's God, right?
Yeah.
So we got her back Sunday night because they were saying, or Saturday night they said that they're going to close at 5, open up at 12. So that's 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's not a 24-hour clinic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and pick her up then. I'm not gonna just let her be there.
Yeah.
And so I picked her up, and she was just a poor little thing. It's a shame. And whenever we got her that night, she was super lethargic. And then out from her rear end came what we thought were intestine-looking stuff.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I looked at her and I was like,
yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. And so we prayed. Kayla and I put our hands on her before we went to bed. Prayed.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
It was just, hey, can she just be a new puppy tomorrow?
Yeah.
And Kayla got out of bed the next morning. Kayla's my wife, by the way.
Yes.
She's
the incredible, wonderful Kaylin. I almost called her Kaylin Schultz, but she is now Kaylin Keefer.
Kaylin Keefer.
I like that.
I was kidding. And so we put our hands on her, and she got up before me and said that she was super lively. But by the time that I got up, she wasn't. I mean, she was, slightly different. But then when we got back from church, new puppy.
Oh, let's
Crazy.
go, dude. Wild. Come on.
Yep. And now she won't shut up.
Oh, so, yeah. So she's back to her silly goose self.
Yeah, everybody says that they love the puppy phase. And I think they love it if it's not their puppy.
They love other people's puppies.
Exactly. That's where they get you. But yeah, she's great. She's a Blue Bay Shepherd mixed with Great Pyrenees and Border Collie.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
she's going to be pretty massive.
Yeah. It's going to be a big old girl.
Yeah, but she's cute.
Dude. Yeah. So has she just been going ham on all your new furniture in your house?
Absolutely. Yeah, all the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh gosh, dude.
It's really great too because it's like white.
Oh,
and so you can really see
very subtle.
Like all the inside of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see it.
Well, yeah, she's just giving it some personality.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Shiloh.
Shiloh
May.
Oh.
Shiloh May.
Well, shout out to Shiloh. I'm glad she's doing better.
Yeah, we were thinking about like just not naming her and giving her back to the pound.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I actually got her from a friend. So heck of a guy. Patrick, if you see this.
Oh man.
I'm better than you at Call of Duty.
Dude. You said oh man. Okay, so so like new house, that's crazy. Yep. That's a lot, I'm sure, going on.
Yeah. It is. Fun stuff though.
Yeah, dude. That's good.
And Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's all coming up.
It's all coming up, and you got a house now to host people.
It's really nice.
That's exciting.
Still need chairs.
Yes.
Yeah, we need chairs.
Oh, chairs. Host. Are you actually hosting a party?
I just need chairs.
Oh, just in general. Yeah,
just need
it's
chairs.
Like, back to you being a stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm.
You go home,
Right? And I just need to sit. Even though I work from home,
stand.
I just need to sit. I do
yeah.
have an office chair.
Oh, good.
So that's kind of nice. But eating dinner in an office chair doesn't really seem ideal.
No, that shouldn't be allowed.
Maybe lunch. That's about it.
Lunch, yeah. Lunch is kind of a free-for-all.
Mm-hmm. I would take that.
Lunch is kind of a free-for-all. Well, let me say this. I think it's about time that we go into our happies and crappies. Our
Sure.
haps and craps, everybody. Haps and craps. Thank you for the air horn. I gave Drew
the cue. Like
I gave
3
him
times.
an eye. Yeah.
Gotta find the crickets. Hold on.
There we go. That was more fitting. Happies and crappies, where we go around telling each other about our happy moments and our crappy moments about the week, and we just kind of talk about it. It's like mini group therapy,
Yeah.
if you will.
Okay.
Anyone?
Do you mind if I cry?
That'd be encouraged.
Sure. First. You'd be the first one to cry on the podcast.
Yeah, you'd be the first. So.
Well, technically, I cry setting it up every week, but
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Well, yeah,
that's you tearing up earlier. I didn't really wanna say anything.
He told me it was.
I almost told him to man up, but
Yeah.
He did at the wedding. That was crazy.
All right. Does anyone have anything? Do you want to go first?
yeah, I kind of spoiled it a little bit with the
Well,
whole
yeah.
house and the puppy and
That
stuff.
happened this week.
Yeah. Actually, if you want to talk about little crappies too, then after that, Kale got sick. Then the engine light in my truck, Christmas time, so the light turns on.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
so
right.
the little engine
The car
light,
is very spirited. As
Right.
Well. Yeah.
So I took that sucker to O'Reilly's. I was like, hey, can you check give me plug her in.
A little TLC.
Yeah. And they little plugged it in. There was something about some sensor. He's like, you want me to turn off the light? See if it was a fluke? I was like, yeah, do it. It was a fluke. Yeah. So praise God.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I guess that's my happy. Also, Noah, my younger brother, heck of a guy, Nuggler.
Yeah, great
we call
guy.
her.
We love Noah.
Yeah, he's dating this little girl, Destiny, and she got baptized today.
No way.
Yeah, so proud of her.
That's
she's
exciting.
awesome.
Shout out to Destiny.
And she's been a huge help with the dog too. She's like gonna be.
She works in that, doesn't she?
Yeah, and she's studying and stuff to be a vet.
That's cool.
Or at least I hope it's a vet. If it isn't, sorry.
Yeah. Dentist.
But
She's like, I don't know. I'm gonna see.
I just looked on
it's all the
Puppy
same.
MD.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really it. Oh, also, before this, a little bit of a crappy. I played a little Call of Duty match, and my KD was like 0.67. So for those of you who, yeah, it was really bad. So this thing now, it's kind of like life, ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
And you get into a really good up match,
Yeah.
right? You just go off, be really mean to the kids and stuff, and just let them know, put them in their place. Really.
Yeah. That's right.
And then afterwards, you get put in your place.
Yeah.
So I got put in my place.
Do you ever rage quit?
Actually, whenever I was a kid, I rage quit on Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Need for Speed
That's
used to get me
crazy.
heated. There was this game called Most Wanted.
yeah.
And if you got caught by the cops, they took your car.
Yeah.
You had 3 strikes.
Yeah.
So I lost my favorite car. 3 strikes. Punched the little dresser.
Yeah.
I was really
Did
mad.
you hurt yourself?
No, I couldn't really feel it.
Yeah, I bet.
Adrenaline.
You punched the
Yeah, mom wasn't
dresser.
happy though.
Moms
No,
don't tend to be happy.
Mom was not
about their-
happy. Yeah, and then that's when Dad was like, "Yes, we shouldn't have got a console to begin with."
Yeah.
He didn't call it a console though; he's called it like a play box or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it was-
They're all against the
Dang.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man,
Love that stuff.
dude. Well, that's wild. That's yeah. You've told me a story that you've left your remote with bite marks before. Yeah.
Yeah. Need for Speed.
Need for Speed as
Need
well.
for Speed. Yeah, it caused a lot of anger issues.
Yeah.
You were
So I
biting
just,
your controller?
well, it was the controller's fault. Really, it's never the user's
not,
fault.
yeah,
It's always the
Yep.
whatever else
That's
that
crazy.
isn't me.
Yep.
Is
Yep.
usually the
And that
case.
was just last week.
Yep.
So. No.
Actually, on the way here, he's biting the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why
He's anemic.
I gave up Clash of Clans. I had to go. I went through like 6 iPhones. No,
yeah. That's right. That's right. Drew, what do you got? You got anything? Drew,
I believed you
some
for a
crazy
second.
eyes
That's
for a second
crazy,
there.
bro.
Yeah. Man, like, maybe get off the Clash for a little bit.
For
That's
real.
Yeah. Not healthy.
I don't. I'll start with a happy.
Yeah.
I got to go in and see my girlfriend at work every day today or this week. So
Drew.
nice. Get coffee from her. It's great.
Very nice.
She makes great coffee.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is really a crappy, but I didn't really have that much work to do this week. So I was really bored at work.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Which would you like to have had a lot to do this week?
I'm trying to convince him to let me work from home like 2 days a week because I work in Louisville. It's like a 40-minute drive every morning.
Oh, gosh.
For me to go sit and do nothing.
Yeah.
So, well, not nothing, but like I'm a photographer, but I also edit pictures. But if there's nothing to take pictures of, then why go in?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I'm like on the edge of getting them to let me work from home 2 days a week. That way I kind of like, I'll get a pay raise doing that. The gas costs will go through the floor. So it'll be nice.
That is true.
So that's probably a crappy, being bored at work.
Yeah. Well, that is
It's also the holidays. So
yeah. Well, good deal. I would say a happy obviously is our good friend Benjamin getting married.
Oh, yeah.
I got to be a part of that and was able to be his best man and stuff. Got to have a little bros night the night before and just hang out with him at his place and kind of pep talk him a little bit. You know, and just get to chat before his big day the next day.
Heck yeah.
So that was cool. I had to give my first ever best man speech. If I'm not mistaken, I think. Yeah. It was my first best man speech ever. Well, thank you very much. Kev, I get up on stage. I didn't even notice this until afterwards. I get up on stage to give my speech and I'm like introducing myself. I'm kind of nervous because I didn't have a lot of time I guess I didn't give myself a lot of time. I did have a lot of time. I didn't give myself a lot of time to prepare this speech, but I'm up on stage. I'm like, pull out this folded up piece of paper in my pocket and I'm like trying to get the intro up and just get started. And I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Hey, I'm the best man. My name's Andrew. And I just hear like the faintest from the crowd, like the faintest voice going, speech. Of course, coming from Kevin, from the groomsmen. Really? While I'm about to give a speech, he's wanting to prompt me to give a speech.
Yeah.
But I would say definitely the happy was our friend getting married, and that was really great. Yep. I was able to be a part of that. Just seeing the relationship come to blossom and become what it is. And now they're man and wife.
They're one.
They are one. That's amazing. Congrats once again. And then,
I still take credit for that relationship.
Do you? Why is that? Tell us why you take credit for it.
Because they were on the edge. So long story. I used to go play volleyball a lot in a church in Carrollton. Yeah. And Anna would go with me. So she would ride with me. Mm-hmm. And I remember we have that boys group chat for Thursday night, or we used to. I don't know if y'all still talking it anymore. Yeah. But and I remember Ben talking about Anna when they had just started talking, and Anna was telling me that she really liked this guy, but he wouldn't ask her out on a date. And I was like, do you want to go on a date with him? She's like, I would love for it to be a date. So I texted him and said, hey, you should ask her on a date. And that's how it went.
So you're a matchmaker.
I am.
Drew is the ultimate wingman.
He'll never admit it, but I
why? You deserve the credit. You deserve it.
Like the love doctor.
I will say Drew's the most like just do it. Like Drew should be sponsored by Nike. Like
I really am.
He is the most like.
You're the sender.
What are you waiting for?
Just send it.
Yeah.
It just made sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, they were already planning on going out, but he just never called it a date. Mm-hmm. And so I was like,
call it a date, gentlemen.
Exactly.
While we're on this topic real quick, call it a date.
Yeah. But if it's not.
Unless
it's not. Make sure it's known.
Yes.
From experience.
Yes.
It's terrible.
You want to establish the situation. You want to, I guess, define the relationship as a different conversation.
Make
But
your intentions clear.
Make your intentions clear
from the beginning.
As much as that's not something we probably naturally want to do, that is important. And so that's good. That's good, Drew. I'm glad you helped our friend do that. Now he's a whole married man. So shout out. My crappy, I would say, is okay. Definitely the amount of time I spilled on myself this week.
Yeah.
Bro, like, falling up the stairs
you both witnessed one of them. But that's just one of two, and then another one that's not spilling related. Just the amount of clumsiness that came from this general direction this week. One of which was you guys just made reference to it. Yesterday, I was helping clean up some of the ceremony stuff because we were going from the ceremony to the reception. They took communion, so they drank the good old Welch's grape juice, right?
Blood.
And it's a great selection, of course. And they have Welch's grape juice just chilling on the table. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take that upstairs so that it's not just out here. We don't forget it out in the woods, and attract rodents. And so I go and grab the drinks. I go and grab the grape juice, and there's this giant staircase that takes us up to the reception. And I'm even like joking along the way. I'm like, oh, guys, I hope I don't spill the blood of the Lord's blood on the way up to these stairs. And of course, I trip on one of the stairs, and I'm wearing a beautifully crisp white shirt.
Yes.
Thankfully, it only got my sleeve, and I was presentable still for the rest of the night. But I was like, classic. Of course, I spilled grape juice of all things. And the lady behind me is like, that's why you got to drop that wine. You don't need to be carrying that around. I'm like, ma'am, this is Welch's grape juice.
What did the dude behind her say? Oh, that's why you need to drink more or something
like
that?
Dude,
what does that mean?
They were ready to dog on me just then. But I made it clear that it was just Welch's grape juice. And then earlier in the week, I spilled sweet tea on my cream NPY8 shirt, and that sucked.
Oh, yeah. No. Is it stained?
It wasn't bad. I think it's one of those stains that'll just fade over time. It's like you know the kind,
right?
Because it's like sweet tea on like a cream color, so it's not gonna be super pertinent. I don't know. Pertinent,
but like when you washed it, there was a stain.
I haven't washed it yet, so I probably should do that. So I should
there
probably
will be a stain.
But it wasn't super obvious. I still got on stage that same day and wore that same shirt.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
and most people, and I don't think anyone noticed.
No.
But I do this thing where, like, when I do something embarrassing or, like, I stain my shirt or I do something stupid, I try to, for whatever reason, I have this habit of calling it out and telling people about it because I'm afraid of people finding out before me and roast. So I kind of do this thing where I roast myself. It's this real cute self-deprecation that I like to do sometimes.
Michael Scott. For those of y'all who know or watch The Office, if you don't, uncultured, but there's this one bit where he fell in the koi pond.
Yes.
And came back drenched. Yeah. And then Jim was just like, you just gotta make fun of yourself and they won't make fun of you.
Yeah.
And so just goes off on himself, ends up making himself cry.
Yeah.
It was too far. He was like, thanks, Jim.
Yeah. Yes, so I haven't made myself cry yet, but I do that sometimes. Anyway, so yes. So grape juice, sweet tea, what else was it? I know I did one more thing, but I don't remember. So
you said something like spilling that wasn't spilling related.
No, it wasn't spilling related, but there were 4 occasions. I just can't remember the other one right now. Oh, I spilled coffee in my car. I bought some people coffee for the office. And I forgot to, so it came in the cup holder that the coffee shops give you when they're giving you coffee. And then I put it on the passenger seat. I had my coffee in hand, so I forgot that there was other coffees in the car. Do a nice sharp turn to the left.
Right.
And the coffees, of course, topple over, thus spilling on my seat and my car smelling like milk for the next day and a half. But this final one, and I promise this is the last thing, I promise. I was in such a rush today on my way to work that I typically will wear this $15, $16 Casio watch from Walmart. Like it's my cheap everyday watch. It's whatever. You know what I mean? Yes. And so I in in much haste and hurry today, I switched and put my nice leather watch on, and then I hopped in the shower and I was wearing my leather watch, thinking it was my Casio watch because I'm used to wearing my Casio. And so I just soaked my nice leather watch, and so yes, that was my crappy for the week. Those are some of my crappies. I probably went a little too long on it, but that's okay. We are we're gonna carry on with today. Hey Kev,
what's up?
Hey, you are one of the most
handsome.
Yeah, handsome. Okay. That's exactly where I was going for it. No, you're a very no. Let's be serious here. No, have you seen this guy? Yes. No, actually, that is kind of what I was gonna say. You were kind of like, I've known you since like middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I really only got to know you in high school, but you were kind of like the teen heartthrob in middle school. Like
long hair.
Like you had the Bieber hair going for you.
I had it before him though.
You did. Yeah. You did. And you double socked. You had your double Nike socks.
Absolutely, black and white.
Yeah.
And then alternate too.
Yes.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You ever did that?
Break it down.
Oh yeah. So if you were real in middle school, what you would do is you would wear double Nike socks. So you got both checks. And then if you wanted to be even more real, you would wear basketball shorts underneath your jeans.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't remember why.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Do that.
Yeah.
I never understood.
I think it might have originated from, you had 2 minutes to get from class to the athletics and then be dressed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were going to punish 12-year-olds for not getting there fast enough.
Yeah.
Or however old.
Because if there's one thing 12-year-olds should be really good at is getting to places on time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I think that might have been where it originated, or you just got to be ready to hoop, whenever on the go.
Just at any point you could cross somebody
flip
up.
Switch type stuff.
And you just, all it takes is just one swift swoop of the pant leg, and boom, you're ready for action. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, legs. But no, here's where I'm trying to go. I don't know why I brought that up. You are a very disciplined guy in the gym. Gym is a big part of your life.
Yeah.
And you, I wanted to ask you, are you a grunter? Do grunts help you when you're really going for it?
So whenever I first started getting into the gym, I would say yes.
Yeah.
But now that I'm a little bit more mature in the gym, I would say no.
Okay.
I feel like the grunters are like trying to, it's like a mating call in the gym. Right. And it doesn't really. Did you just press a button for that one? You press crickets?
I was really thinking about it, so I just moved the slider to get the urge.
And so it was. I used to, whenever I would squat, I would grunt.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know why, because I had my headphones blasting, so it's not like I could hear my grunt at all.
Oh, so was it kind of like for yourself as well? You would do it.
Oh yeah. But now, I'm just silent. I'm just gonna lift.
You don't need
with my right ear pod working, because the left one hasn't been working for a fat minute. So that's what I'll do now. Yeah.
But here's the transition. You not only are you lifting up weights in the gym, but you're also lifting up people all the time.
That's a fire transition.
Thanks.
There you go.
And so,
okay.
So
anybody else got chills?
Here's what did you feel that?
I feel we can call it right now.
You got right now?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, this has been On My Way Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next week. No, but you are genuinely, Kevin, you are one of the most encouraging people that I know, that I've probably ever met. You are you genuinely you can't get past an interaction with you without feeling seen, valued, encouraged. I feel like I can't leave an interaction with you without without getting a compliment. And I think it's because you still owe me money and you're afraid to bring it up. And so you
I was really
kind
hoping
of
you kind of forget it.
compensate with compliments, but
I was in middle school.
that's not true. But you, no, you genuinely are such a genuine person, and in your encouragement. And I wanted to get your perspective on something. I feel like whenever there's somebody who is a very encouraging person, somebody who is just so quick to see the goodness and the gold in people and call out life, in people. Has there been a time in your own life where like you can pinpoint along the way where somebody looked at you, maybe not just a time, or maybe just like a reoccurrence in your life, like surroundings or something, the right surroundings, the right people, that you feel like you've flourished, or you feel like you've come to become the man that God has called you to be because of a specific encouragement, because of a specific time where you felt things were called out of you?
I think it derives from sports. I think a lot of characteristics that we hold now, at least for like a lot of athletes, it will derive from sports and coaches, and coaches just have a huge impact on like the way that you carry yourselves outside of sports as well.
Yeah.
So raised up, I was very skinny. I still am skinny, but I was very skinny. I was very small and skinny, and so I was big on basketball.
Yeah.
Loved it. But I would never be played because I was too small. And so that was always the case. And then whenever I would get in there, it's like all these nerves because I'm not allowed to play. But whenever I get in there, I better not make a mistake.
Yeah.
And so I won't shoot. I'm just gonna pass the ball. I'm gonna just like stay, kind of behind the lights, behind the scenes type of thing.
Right.
And so then the second that I try and do something on my own, I end up making a mistake. All the nerves, then I just get benched every single time. It's just like rinse, repeat, over and over and over throughout all the coaches. And so eventually I this was like after high school too. Like I pursued basketball all the way through high school. Went to AAU, was looking to play collegiate and stuff. I actually got told by a scout that was too small too.
Oh wow.
Crushed me.
Yeah.
But then I still wanted to play basketball here and there, so I started playing with a buddy of mine, who's the coach was, his name is Patrick. I actually just mentioned him earlier in the podcast.
Oh, nice.
And I was the only point guard on the team. The rest of them were just shooters and stuff like that, and some bigs. And we all played JV together, or there was the JV squad, and I played with him. And he got mad at me because I wouldn't shoot the ball. I was like, "You want me to shoot?" He's like, "Yeah, I seen you shoot. Shoot the ball."
Yeah.
And so I would shoot, and whenever I would make the first 2 or 3 shots that I shoot, I wouldn't shoot anymore. Then he would bench me.
Oh wow.
I was like, "What'd I do?" He's like, "You didn't shoot."
Yeah.
And so like that started giving me a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And that's from there. I kind of noticed that the entire time that I've been playing basketball, I just wanted to be seen. I wanted to get compliments. I wanted to like be told, "Good job."
Yeah.
And it was a good feeling.
Yeah.
And so whenever that happened from him, I got recognition from him. I kind of like found my footing.
Yeah.
When it comes to who I'd like to be for other people too.
Right.
Then I started finding leadership positions, like kind of dropping in my hands.
Yeah.
At the time, I definitely was not pursuing Jesus. But like in college, joined a fraternity and then got nominated for vice president my freshman year. Like right when I got in, told him no because like I felt intimidated and didn't want to, mess up. But then the next year I ran, and then so I went from VP to president, and then I was known as the father figure I guess.
Yeah.
Of the of some of the guys, and I guess just like holding that a place in their lives to where I can speak into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool for me.
Yeah.
I just at the time wasn't giving spirit-led advice.
Yeah.
And so then coming to young adults, being able to give spirit-led advice and like see people and let them know that I'm seeing them.
Right.
It all like it's just all transitioned from basketball.
Yeah.
It's just kind of wild how like I found confidence and the desire to like hype people up and let them know that I see them and they're looking good and they're doing good and all that type of stuff. It all derived from basketball.
Dude.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like sports are so important.
Yeah.
And coaches are so important. And so whenever I have kids, I'm gonna be the coach because I'm not gonna let somebody bench my kid while I'm throwing hands.
That's right. So
right.
You're gonna be that dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely.
Put him in, coach.
Yep, that was my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the time, I used to be embarrassed because he'd be the loudest one in the crowd. But now I get it.
Yeah.
Because
he knows what's in you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was the only one that saw that was in me.
Yeah.
And then whenever I started playing the way that with Patrick.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "See, told you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You told me." I didn't. Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
Dude. Okay, my boss just called me. And we can leave this in if we want, but I think I'm going to have to call him back really quick. Because I don't know how urgent this is. They're running a child dedication service at the Saxe campus. And so if we need to leave this in, it might be good content, but if not, then we can cut it potentially. I'm so sorry.
It's all good, dude. Take that call. Are we still on, Drew?
There we are.
Hey, bro.
I got some jazz music going underneath right now.
Full liberty. Did you mute me?
No, I've got jazz music going underneath right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hey, Pastor. So sorry I missed your call.
It's all good.
Yes, sir. So I believe I emailed his email address to you.
I wish I could hear the music.
Just a couple of, just a little bit ago.
Should I spit
I
some
think
bars?
it's like ghunter or ghunt or something like that at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I wish I had bars to spit. I got nothing. I used to spit bars in high school. Ask Andy.
You're a freestyler?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah.
I didn't know y'all knew each other in high school.
Yeah, dude.
If it's not there, I can
He's a songbird.
So funny.
I can send you
He's the songbird
email
of our
through text.
generation.
Really?
Yeah.
The songbird?
Oh yeah.
Songbird.
What is that?
It's a reference. For those who get it, I'm Nighthawk.
I'm gonna have to loop it again because we're still going.
Okay.
Jazz music is still going.
Are you ready? Okay.
Hopefully that's not an important thing that he's talking about, so I'm gonna try to talk over him.
Yeah, so it might be a email.
I muted
right
his
now
mic.
that's going
I muted
on
his
right
mic.
now. Yeah.
I muted his mic. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna give way sensitive information on.
And this is his social security number. Do you need his address as well?
Do I?
Maybe his phone number.
Oh, I can give you his phone number.
Yeah.
Should we leak that? Hold up. Wow, he's still he's still going.
It's like he said it louder.
43642. And he's back.
Okay, hey guys, how's it going?
We're back with On My Way podcast. I have Andy here.
We'll probably only keep a portion of that.
No, we're keeping all of it. We're keeping all of it.
Okay.
I've got music going underneath still.
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah.
I love your story.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an incredible picture of what it looks like to have somebody look at you, And despite what you've been told, despite like the labels that have been placed on you, be able to call out the gold in you, and be and it just takes one person to look at you and be like, hey, you're a good shooter. I don't care if you're small.
Right.
If you can throw up points, then you
Right.
better be shooting that ball, or else you're gonna get benched.
That was a bar.
Yeah.
Hold up. I don't care if you're small. You better be shooting that ball.
Oh, well, hey,
Yeah, I
That's
got
what
chills.
you said.
I didn't
There was
even
a
try
bar.
to. I wasn't. I mean, thanks.
Good thing I got 2 double layers on right now.
Oh
Triple,
man.
actually.
I hope I don't get fired after the phone call, but it's okay. No, it'll be okay.
Do we need to talk
Is that
about
magnetic?
No. Oh yes, my phone is magnetic.
That's really cool.
that? You know, we had a whole
It's
segment
not the
about
first
that
time we
on-
talk about that. Do you think, Kev, is there a difference in your mind between like what we would consider like biblical encouragement, right? Like what we would see as like calling out gold in people, seeing the best in somebody. Is there a difference between that and just being nice? Like, and just being a nice person and complimenting? I feel like you touched on this a little bit, but like, if there is a difference, what would you say that difference is?
I feel like anybody can be nice.
Yeah.
I feel like the difference between the two comes from obviously the heart, but like normally the people who you may compliment may like, so from my experience, okay, I've complimented while being in situations where I shouldn't be complimenting. Like I will be. There was a specific instance where I was going through a breakup.
Yeah.
And it was been dating 3.5 years, but like it super toxic. And then I found that's kind of like how I found my own relationship with Jesus.
Yeah.
And in doing that, one of my buddies that I had reached out to and was talking to, we got just a catching up type conversation.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna throw like just compliments in there. He's like, "Hey, bro, so like, why are you happy? You know?
Yeah.
Why are you like? How are you able to like talk to me the way that you're talking to? Like, aren't you sad? Aren't you like what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's where the whole heart concept comes from.
Right.
Anybody can be nice, but when it comes from a like spirit led
Right.
type compliments, they can kind of see a little difference.
Right.
Most of the time, anybody being nice will be nice, and then as soon as you walk away, it'll straight.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean, like one of those things.
Right.
But if it's God,
Right.
you know, if your happiness is founded on God, kind of like what Brian was talking about, your hope. Where's your hope at? Then like as you walk away from that person, you don't get a frown.
Right.
Like you just stay chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're able to keep going. And so yeah, I think there is a difference between just being nice and complimenting. Because also like just like the compliments usually stick a little more than just being nice.
Right. Right.
It'll stay around for a little while and sometimes make people think.
Yeah.
Like what you were talking about with Ben for the speech when you were just singing and he looked up and he was like, "Hey, that guy loves me." That's not just because of you being nice. You know what I mean? That's because it's like the conversations that you have.
Yeah.
And the encouragement that you've given them is spirit led.
Right.
It's not just like,
yeah,
hope you're doing good, man.
Right.
Love you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, do you?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, definitely a huge difference. I'm not saying not to be nice.
No. Yeah.
But
nice is a byproduct. Of, I think, biblical, like, well, loving somebody the way we're meant to, like genuine, right? The Bible, like it was Paul, I think, says, "Let love be genuine," right? And so loving someone genuinely. But nice is not a thing on its own. It's not like its own entity. Nice is just it should just be a byproduct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think happiness is a byproduct as well. We're not promised happiness. We're promised joy.
Absolutely.
But not happiness. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I feel that.
And so I think about like encouragement, right? Like even through the Bible. And there's that famous scripture. I can't remember exactly where it is. It might be in Proverbs, but life and death are in the power of the tongue. You know, like we hold the power of life and death, and that's something we throw around a lot. And like usually people will say that like whenever you, I don't know, you say something like, I don't know, this was the worst day ever. And they're like, life and death is the power of the tongue. They get super like very superstitious about it. But it's absolutely true in the sense that like I think if you think of encouragement, right, and if you think of like spirit-led encouragement, not just being nice, not just complimenting, just to be a pleasant person, to be around, but if you think of like spirit-led encouragement, like I feel like you need to look at it as life or death, right? You need to up the stakes, and realize, okay, what I'm using my mouth for, like what I'm using to myself to speak right now, is it life? And is it life-giving, or is it causing death to somebody? And when you think of Jesus, right, I think of like in John 11 where Jesus, a story of him raising up Lazarus from the dead, right? He spoke into existence something that was not, right? There was Lazarus dead for several days at that point, like at that point decomposing even. Right, because we know that because one of his sisters, I think it was Mary, was like, "Hey Jesus, if you wake him up from the dead, he's going to have a stench. He's going to stink." So this guy is decomposing in his grave at this point, and Jesus comes up to his tomb, and he says, "Lazarus, come out." And of course we know like Lazarus was able to come out of the grave. Jesus tells him to take the bandages off of him and the wrapping off of him, and there he is. He's alive. He's good and well. But I think about that and I'm like, man, is that what encouragement should be? I think it is. You know, I think encouragement needs to be looking at a situation, looking at a person, and asking the Lord, hey, Father, give me eyes to see what you've instilled in this person. I want to see the gold that they don't see yet, and be able to look at them and say, hey, I know you think you're really bad at this thing, but I actually see so much of that in you. That's something I've tried to make a habit of in myself and in other people, is whenever someone's like, like like for example, my younger brother, he's a talker, right? Steven, if you get to know him, he's a talker. And growing up, he would always get in trouble at school. Like he'd get calls all the time. He's talking and always acting up. And I've been trying to grow this habit. He's just an example, but like so many times I've been like, Stephen, that's such a gift though that the Lord has placed in your life. Yep. Like it's not a disorder. It's not it's not all of these things that you may have been tried to convince you. And he's healthy and he's great and he knows it too. But that's because he's in a life-giving environment that everyone calls it out and says, hey, that's actually, it's not an issue. That's not a trouble. That's actually a gift that the Lord has placed in you to communicate, not only to communicate, but to be super engaging to people and always want to, and I think a lot of times what we see and what the world has called death in us, the world has looked at us and said, oh, there's death in that. That's not good. More often than not, that's exactly what God has instilled in you, has given you as a gift for you to have your eyes open and illuminated to realize, oh, this is actually for the use of God's kingdom and for me to bless others and to serve him through it. And so more often than not, our biggest challenge and the thing that we would consider our biggest issue is actually your biggest asset. It's actually the thing that God has instilled in you to use for his glory. Yeah. But they'll never know. We'll never know unless someone around us is close enough to us and has their own eyes open enough to look at us and be like, hey, that thing in you, that's really great. That thing in you, I think God put that in your life and he's going to use that. Yeah. And I don't know, we might not have enough of that today, and we need more of it.
Yeah. And I think it's special when, like, talking about how when it comes from somebody yeah, I think that is very special, and right. But I at the same time, I think that like when it comes from family, right, when it comes from your parents and stuff like that, you just got to say that. You're just saying that because you love me. You're just saying that because you want to, see that characteristic in me or something like that. But when it comes from like a buddy, when it comes from somebody you see at young adults or go to church with or just have good relationships with, it hits different.
It does. Yeah.
And so that's why I like whenever I see people.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to kind of feel led to say something, unless it's just telling them how good they look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them, hey, you look good, bro.
Yeah.
You're looking like D Money.
Yeah.
David Musakwa. Yeah. Man, like that type.
Yeah.
Just good looking
Every
man.
time.
And so, but like lifting him up, it's just a different feeling when it comes from somebody that isn't with you every day,
right,
or sees you every day,
right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like for me, whenever I see people, I just want to encourage them. You know what I mean? Lift them up, type stuff. So
because you know what it's done for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I want to be known as. You know, I want to be known as an encourager. Yeah. As somebody like what you're known as, bro. Like you're like, you can't walk away from an interaction with you without feeling encouraged. And I think doing that, but not with the motive just to be nice, not with the motive just to be pleasant or to give away flattery just for the sake of it. There's something so meaningful about truly calling out life. And my mom, this is a silly example, but she's probably gonna hate me if she listens to this. But she talks to her plants. I don't know if anyone else's mom does this. Yeah. But she has house plants. Okay. And I guess does that mean I have plant siblings?
Yeah, either that or your mom might be
a little crazy. Well, but if she's a plant mom and she's also my mom, that must mean I have plant siblings.
Yeah, probably.
No, but she'll talk to her plants. And the woman has a green thumb, dude. Like nothing she plants and nothing she gardens dies. Like she's like always like talking to her plants and being like, I see, like hyping her plants up.
That might be why.
And I think that's actually a proven fact.
Actually, plants, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
You speak to plants and they actually grow. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is that even a thing?
Yep.
Are you gonna fact check?
No, I know it's true. I'll look it up and see why.
Yes. Yeah, that would be amazing, Drew. Can you? Yeah. That's wild. I think it's insane, but there's definitely something to be said. I think, you seeing the best, right? Even 1 Corinthians 13. Yeah. It says that's that one. That's the chapter, right? All about love, right? Mm-hmm. We usually hear it at wedding ceremonies, right, but it's all about love. There's this one section near the end of it that says, love believes all things. Like, love believes all things in someone else, right? You believe the best in somebody. Yep. That's the hardest, especially with people you don't like. Like, to look at somebody who gets on your nerves and you believe the best, you give them the benefit of the doubt, even when they don't, you feel like they don't deserve it. You feel like you've been wronged by them, by someone, or you just don't like their vibe or whatever. Like, when you believe the best in somebody, that's what the Bible is like defining as biblical love. Yeah.
So, Drew, you might have to fact check me on this one too, but I think Barnabas was known as Barnabas the Encourager.
Dude, that's who it was. Yeah. That's who it was. I couldn't remember.
Seeing the best in somebody, love believes all things. Can you, like, if you were to be in Barnabas's shoes when you first meet Paul, the guy who was trying to just persecute and kill every Christian, that's like the definition of seeing the best of believing all things. When Saul at the time was like, no, I'm about Jesus now. I'm all about him. Like, if that was me, I'd be like, yeah, sure you are. Right. Like, and then on top of that, Ananias is another one who's the guy who Saul at the time went and saw, so that he could see.
Right.
If God was telling me that the guy who was killing Christians is about to come see me to be healed. Like, yeah, he can see someone else.
Yeah.
He
see
can't
these hands.
yeah, so exactly. He won't be able to see me, but he'll feel it. You
Yeah.
know? And so, seeing the best in somebody, like definitely hard. But yeah, you're like called to do it.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's also what my dad is. Somebody told him he was Barnabas. At the time, I didn't really get it, but I kind of get it now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, wild stuff. Was I right?
Do you ever plan?
Yeah. So according to this website, Barnabas wasn't even his real name. It was Joseph, and he was given Barnabas, which in Greek means son of encouragement.
Son of encouragement. Okay, that's why I freaked out when you said Barnabas, because this whole time I should have looked it up, but I didn't think to. I knew there was a guy in the Bible named Son of Encouragement.
Yeah.
And like that was the meaning of his name.
Yep.
And but like imagine being known as the Son of Encouragement.
Yeah,
Just a person that like you can't walk away from without feeling valued and loved. I think that's something just so incredible. And we need to not be stingy with those things. Like we need to actually I feel like people are stingy. People think of stinginess only with money. But like you can be stingy with your encouragements. Yeah. You can be stingy with your smile, and your just your conversation with somebody. Like so many times, like the best encouragement isn't even like an actual compliment. The best encouragement sometimes more often than not, it's just a genuine conversation, like genuine time spent with somebody and I'm probably one of the guiltiest people of it, but without like bouncing your eyes all over the room, seeing what else you could be doing, seeing who else you could be talking to, or you know what I mean? Or we're guilty as a generation of always just pulling out our phone, having our phone like readily available at any point in time. Sometimes the best encouragement somebody can receive, and I think that we all need, is just somebody who's present in the room with you and is able to just be a listening ear.
Yeah.
And and just even sometimes just sit in silence and just like
literally. Yeah. Like that was one of the guys that came to young adults recently, like pulled me aside and I was talking I can't remember how the conversation got started, but he was just saying like if I hadn't like had the conversations, like just sat there and had conversation with him, like he probably wouldn't have came back.
Yeah.
It's just the concept of just having a conversation and being heard.
Right.
Especially for our age, especially for guys.
Yeah.
It's deep. And so I don't know. I mean, facts.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah. I think did we find anything on the plants?
Oh yeah, I just didn't know if we were gonna come.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would love to hear if you have anything.
So I don't know, from what I've read, I don't know if it's like specifically scientifically proven, but people say that plants react to vibrations that have like two genes that help with photosynthesis and encourage growth, and also the carbon dioxide that you have.
It's probably just the carbon dioxide.
It's probably bad breath. You know, if you brush your teeth, maybe
they say plants react to sound. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting.
That's wild. Yeah, look, encourage somebody. Find somebody. Ask the Lord to show you who to love on, who to encourage, because if you feel like you need to be encouraged, then I feel like more often than not, we need to start encouraging other people. That's our opportunity to be like, I need to find somebody who I can love on, and I can call out the gold in and bring out life in, and so I want to encourage you to find somebody, find a community, find a person who you can love on, and you can be a genuine person with, that you can like hear them and listen to them, and actually have something of value to offer back, and call out something great in them. I think that's what we all need. I think that's so important.
I mean, you feel so much. It's almost like the same concept of going to the gym and working out, that natural high that you feel, the endorphins released. It's almost the same thing. Whenever you're in a conversation with somebody, just encouraging them, like having good conversation. Like afterwards, you just feel good about yourself.
Right.
And I just feel like that's just how we were designed. Ben says all the time, people get weird when we're alone. And it's true. But like after you have a genuine conversation with someone, you have this feeling, oh, it's gonna be all right. You know? And I
that's so true.
Sometimes that's just what I need.
Yeah.
And so there's been multiple times where I've just kind of been just mentally exhausted, not trying to be social. And then I'll get to young adults, and then it's just like flip of the switch type thing. You know, and I just start talking. And then afterwards, I'm like, dang, I needed that. You know, and it'll be a random conversation too. It won't even be about. It could be about anything. Not even biblical. But then afterwards, like, I feel good now. Like that was needed. It's community.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
At the heart of it, that's all it is. It's like we need community. We need, and again, I'm plugged MPYA. If you live in the Dallas area, and you're a young adult, you're in our age bracket of like 18 and 25. Join us here at North Place Young Adults. We are this life-giving young adults community for people of all different seasons of life. There are married couples, there are single people, there are engaged people, college dropouts, people in college. There's all kinds of people, because that's the beauty of the young adult age range. There's like, it's a small amount of it's a small age range, but there's so much that can happen between those 2 years. Or not 2 years, but those few years. That you just find a plethora of different kinds of people, and it's a beautiful community. And so, but yes, we need community. We need people in our lives to engage with and be with. Man, any parting thoughts on this thought of encouragement and
I just feel like what you have to say could make or break someone. So make them. You know what I mean? Don't waste time breaking them. Because like if you're gonna break them, then like what comes from the what was that verse? What comes from the mouth is stored up in the heart. So if you're going anywhere, you call yourself a Christian, and what is coming out of your heart is not making them. What is in your heart right now? And how to get there. Right. That's facts. Garbage in, garbage out. Absolutely. And so, man, absolutely. And I think that's that also goes to say, like, how are we encouraging ourselves? Like David, there's like biblical framework for that, where David is like, why? And I think it's Psalm 42 where he's like, why are you so downcast, soul? Hope in the Lord. And then he says, for I will yet praise him. And it's like, maybe sometimes we don't have it in us to encourage people. Maybe we don't have enough people in our lives to encourage us. Sometimes we just need to take ownership of our own souls and take ownership of our own minds and be like David and say, hey, this sucks and I'm sad. Sometimes I'm sad. I don't even know why. And I'm like, I don't need to actually own this. Like, why am I own? No, like, you echo the psalmist and you say, I'm going to trust in the Lord, and I'm going to I love that he says, yet praise him. Because even if he doesn't feel like praising right now, yet is a future word. Yet is sets a precedent for what's going to happen in the future. And so having the faith to know I'm going to praise him again. Like, and this is a feeling, that's all it is. That's something I think our generation has a hard time we always want to feelings are valid, but more than validate, sometimes more often than not, we want to almost make our feelings into doctrine. We want to make our feelings into our foundation. That's what it is. There's the alliteration. And no, our feelings are just feelings. They're passing vapors. They're, you know what I mean? More often than not. So I like to say feelings are a gauge, not a guide. Feelings are gauge because they're alarms that go off in your head and say, hey,
this is something that's something's happening and I don't know what, and it's making me feel like this, whether it's good, bad, happy or sad. Can't remember what song that is, but anyway, but like they're a gauge and not a guide. But I think more often than not, we treat our feelings like guides. And when they're when they're good feelings, like it leaves us on top of the world until something bad happens and then we crash. Or when they're bad feelings, it leaves us in the darkest pit and we let it take us there.
We choose to listen to sad songs when we're sad. Why?
We're out here bumping Marvin Room.
Bro, absolutely.
For no reason, dog.
Bro, I just got out of a breakup.
Why?
I'm gonna have to listen to a breakup song. That's gonna make me feel better.
Right.
Like, I don't know why we got this. What is the point?
Oh gosh. Like, I think there's a level of like grieving. If you're in a tough spot, breakup, or you just lost somebody, a family member, yes, grieve. Let the body take its toll and do its thing and let it get it out of you. But then get around people, because that's how you're gonna get encouraged, right? Like, get around your buddies, get around your friends, get around community, and be brought back, to be nourished back to life with people. Because that's how it's going to happen. Like, you don't have to accept every feeling that comes your way, good or bad. Those are just there to say, hey, something's happening. This is a boop, boop, boop. This is an alarm, a gauge. But we have to be guided by the Holy Spirit, not our feelings. And when we're guided by the Holy Spirit, I think that gives us the foundation of Jesus and not our feelings. Right? The Bible says that the heart of man is deceitful. Who can trust it? And I'm not trying to get too far from our thought of encouragement, but I think that does go back into it and say, like, don't only trust your feelings. You are allowed. In fact, you are encouraged to reject your feelings at times when it's going to bring you down, and you can say, nope. I'm going to encourage myself. I'm going to trust that the Lord's going to turn this around, and then get around somebody. Get around somebody who, just like Jesus called out life in Lazarus, is going to call out life in you, even if you feel dead, even if you feel. You know what else? Sorry, I know we're going long. You know what else though? Sometimes things aren't even dead in us. Sometimes things are just dormant. They're just things that nobody's ever called out in you before. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like but it's always been there. Yeah. And just nobody's ever called it out in you. And then that's why we hear about people like conquering these incredible feats and these wonderful endeavors late in their lives, because they had something in them they never knew was there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Moses was a geezer by the time he got Israel through the wilderness.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I wish I remembered this. Keep going. I'm gonna remember.
But that's all I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like, it's not a whole lot more, but sometimes that's all it takes is have your eyes open, see the golden people, call it out, because even if they've never heard anyone say that about them, dude, you might have just woken something up in them. Actually, yeah. And they go away with that, and they come back and they're like, that changed something in me. And now I'm like actually pursuing this thing because you messed around and told me something I didn't know existed in me. And now I think it's actually a valid thing that I'm going to pursue. And it's a huge part of what God has put in my life. Yeah. I think that's so important.
Yeah. And the reason why, I mean, important in that aspect, but it could also be just as detrimental in the opposite aspect.
Oh, yeah. And oh, man. Yeah,
absolutely. And so that's why I want to make sure that what I say to somebody isn't going to be that. Yeah. I would not. It'd be terrible. Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to see them lifted up.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude.
That's so true. Yeah. Because the same way you can wake something up in somebody,
you can destroy it.
You can destroy somebody. You can call something out that's just not true. I mean, how many times has that happened to me? Mm-hmm. To all of us? Like, how many times have we, even in passing, or even a irresponsible even sometimes unintentional comment made to us as kids, or even just recently,
just held it,
that we've carried through the years.
Yeah.
Like discouragement and curses, you know, that have been spoken over us that we chose to believe. Sometimes because we were kids and we didn't know any better, and we just believed whatever somebody told us.
It could be in something that is not even anything that you're doing now.
Yeah.
Like not being good enough in sports carries on to not being good enough in your job.
Yeah.
Not being good enough in relationships. Not being good enough for God.
Yeah.
It carries.
Rejection.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Words are heavy.
Dude, it is. And sometimes it's just things that we don't even mean for it to be heavy or to be hurtful. But when we're carelessly talking, sometimes, like more often than not, that's really going to affect somebody.
Yeah.
But man, that's good.
Yeah, dude.
That is good. Well, K-Dog.
Yeah.
Thank you for dropping some knowledge on us today, man.
Oh, you know.
You're the best. You are the best. What do you got going on for the rest of the day? Chilling?
So I'm going to pick up some tortilla soup from my mother.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Keefer, or Margaret Keefer. I guess my wife's Miss Keefer too. So shout out to both Miss Keefers.
Confusing there.
Yeah. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to make 2 returns. I'm going to drop off a little tool at Lowe's. I'm going to drop off a router.
Dude, you've gone full husband dad mode.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to go grab some Monarchs, Air Monarchs.
Actually?
And
you need to.
Yeah, I'm going to grab some of those Hanes socks.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, I just need to find me a good pair of denim shorts.
Well, I think you own a
good
pair of denim shorts. I've seen them.
Those are, so those barely fit me at the time. Are you talking about for the JCPenney shoot or the jorts?
Oh, yeah.
I had the jorts.
I just know some subconsciously I've seen you wear.
Oh yeah, I rocked
shorts
things.
before.
Couldn't breathe though.
Oh man, you've just been doing too many squats, dude.
Yeah, Squattober. My glutes are actually super tight right now.
Popping out of them right now.
Yeah, I've been working on it.
You're good. Yeah. I would expect you to.
Photo shoots are gonna come out pretty soon here. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's basically it that I got today. I got a sick wife at home. Sick wife.
Oh, a sick wife. Yes.
Poor gal.
Oh man.
So
that's why you're getting tortilla soup from your mom.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Checks out.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna try and make it. We'll see. Whenever it comes to new recipes, it's like a disaster for the first time for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kitchen's just messed up.
Because you're kind of a chef extraordinaire.
You know what I'm saying?
You're Steph Curry with the sauce.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're really nice with it.
I've
seen you.
Here and there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some fire chili for this housewarming thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna pop off.
I definitely messed up my Drake reference just now. I said Steph Curry with the sauce, but it's with the shot.
No. With the sauce for
that was intentional.
Yeah, I thought that was intentional too. You shouldn't have even said anything.
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything, guys. I shouldn't have. We'll cut that out. Drew, can you mark that down?
Okay.
Great. Good. I'm glad.
What you got going on?
What I got? Let's see.
There's a little trombone in there.
Well, nothing much, man. I'm probably gonna take a nice nap after this.
There you go.
And hang out. I got like 3.5 hours of sleep last night.
I feel that.
Not a lot, not ideal, but it is what it is. And so I'm hanging on by a thread, but we're here, and I don't know, might go push some weights around at the old Paradise Kingdom, as they call it.
There you go, with 3 hours of sleep.
With
good.
It's really
that's how you hurt yourself.
It's really good for me. I kind of like
just destroy my body.
Right. I'm really into doing that. I like to test my limits.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm built different, but that's how I intend on finding out. Is seeing
built
if
different till you get unbuilt.
Yeah, there you go. Till I get destroyed. No, yeah. You know what? Second thought, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, definitely not.
I probably won't go work out. I need to get you. I know you've been trying to get me at your gym for the longest
come through
time.
Fit Factory. Let's go.
Fit Factory. I'm at LA Fitness. We could never be. It's just the match. We're just the.
I'm at a payphone.
Yeah, it's
type song.
Yeah, it's the match that could never be. It's the what's it called? The forbidden lovers. Well,
right. And we just talked about not listening
partners.
to sad songs when being sad.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
on the way home because you're not going to the
because we're never gonna work out together.
Yeah.
One day, Kevin. Yeah. One day. Well, I suppose. This has been the On My Way podcast. It's been a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a doozy.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, if you're listening to this, we just once again want to encourage you. Follow us at what is it? It's at On My Way _pod
on Instagram.
Instagram, yes, at On My Way _pod. Or come hang out with us on a Tuesday night. We're at we show up to North Place Young Adults. If you live in the Dallas area, join us at MPYA.
Where is that?
And you can follow us. Oh, it's in what? So we meet at the North Place Church in Wiley, Texas. Wiley. You can follow us for more information for our address at North Place YA on Instagram.
Yes.
And you guys, we love you. Know that you are on your way. Know that no matter what you face this week, no matter where you're going, where you find yourself today, God is working in you. He is molding you more into Christ's image, and He's doing the same for us.
Yeah.
Even though it might not look like it.
Absolutely.
Because we are a couple of pieces of work, aren't we, Kevin?
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Yeah. I just got a quote.
Yeah.
From a really smart guy, for the encouragement, or just like whenever you're talking to people. It says, don't ever, for any reason, do anything to anyone for any reason, ever. No matter what, no matter where or who you are with, or where you're going, or where you've been, or ever. For any reason.
That's so good.
Whatsoever.
Wow.
So.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
Well, that's really good, Kevin. I'm glad you brought it home on that note. And so really just I hope that blesses you. I know that blessed Drew in the back. I hope that encouraged you today.
Yeah.
Because I know it encouraged me. I'm sorry.
You want a hug?
Did you say don't do anything to anyone
I'm just
ever?
Kidding. Oh my gosh. That was a Michael Scott reference, everybody. That was from The Office. Drew clearly doesn't watch The
Uncle.
Office.
I've never seen The Office.
Missed.
That hurts.
He missed that reference.
I watched
and that's
Friends.
okay. It's not the same. It'll never be the same. Friends is far inferior
Good man.
to Office. But it's okay. Hey, put it there, pal. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you next week. Drew, one closing sound effect for me, please.
I gotta think of which one I want to do.
We need more sound effects because I think we're
I'll
starting
make
to.
my own if you want.
Oh, that'd be
What's
great.
a rim shot? But
Nice. Well, there you have it, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us on the On My Way podcast. Bye.